Hello, today I am going to talk on compound interest. What is compound interest? Just to have the definition, the compound interest or someone may call compounding interest. This is basically the interest on loan or deposit calculated based on the initial principals and accumulated interest from the previous periods. What does that mean? Suppose if you have taken a deposit, let's take a deposit or loan, whatever. Let's talk about deposit. Let's say we take some deposit and on a particular period of time we earn interest on that deposit. That interest we do not withdraw, so then what happens, this interest is get added to the principal. After again the next period we get the interest which is a higher than the previous, because it is on both the original principal as well as the added interest in the previous period. So this is how it just goes. Look at this graph. We have the initial principal and then the interest get added, and that is what is called as compound interest. So why I am going to talk about compound interest today? Definitely this is not a statistical class, or this is not a financial accounting class, or this is not a class of any mathematics. What I am going to talk about is something different. As a great scientist said, Albert Einstein, what he says, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Who he understands it, he earns it, and who doesn't, he pays for it. I'm just reading exact words. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. This statement is a very big statement. Suppose when we go into the details of compound interest, it's as we said, the compound interest is basically the interest earned on the money that was previously earned as an interest. We save 10,000 taka or rupee, and maybe we get 5% interest at the end of the year. The next year we will get the interest on 10,000 plus 5% of the interest which we already earned, and that means the compound interest causes our balance to grow. It causes our balance to grow, as once we deposit and we forget, the interest keeps on getting added and we keeps on earning the interest on the interest. On the contrary, if we do not have the saving and we take the loan, there is a borrowing, as it happens in case of credit cards, that we have taken the money and we are not able to pay even the interest, forget the principal. Then the balance of the interest gets added to the principal, and we keep on paying the higher interest. So the good for saving or investment, but can work against you if you are paying the interest on the loan. The frequency, time, the interest rate, the deposits, and the starting amounts all make this compound interest very powerful. Look at these two graphs. I'll explain why Albert Einstein says it's a wonderful thing. The one who understands earns it. If we do some investment in the beginning and do not touch that investment, if you are not getting the compound interest, then our investment will simply grow at this rate. This is the standard interest rate. But when the interest we earn at the end of a period, let's say 10 years or 20 years, whatever is the period, that interest gets added to the original principal. We get next interest based on this higher amount, and this is how our money will grow. With the compound interest, we will follow this graph. With the normal interest, we will follow this graph. And one who do not understands, he pay for it. How he pay for it? Look at this, a simple chart. There are maybe two credit cards, some student loan, some auto loan, some mortgage loan. The balance is 3,500. Let's say interest rate is 23 and minimum payment is 75. We are not in position to pay. We only pay 75. So out of 3,500, the interest rate, minimum payment is gone, balance will get added to the principal, and next month our payment due goes higher. So the graph is same. Our payment due will keep on going higher at this rate with the compounding interest. And that is why it is very important for us to understand what is the compound interest. Look at these two examples. Maybe theoretical example but very practically valid. Suppose a person at the age of 25 starts saving 5,000 rupees or taka, whatever is the currency of your country. Here the example is in dollar. Let's say a person at the age of 25 starts saving $5,000 and he saves for 10 years in a row, and after the age of 34 he do not save any money. This is what the money he will get with the rate of interest getting added into the principal. Every year whatever interest he is earning will just get added to the principal, and the money will keep growing. At the age of 65 he will be getting $7,87,180. The other guy, he starts investing at the age of 35, and the same investment he just keep investing 5,000 rupees or 5,000 taka or dollar each year, and for 30 years in a row he just keep on saving it. He doesn't get the interest and the compounding rate. This is the standard rate of interest. Here the interest calculated is 8%. This is what the graph he will follow. At the age of 65 he will be getting $6 lakhs. So this is what is the example of the compound interest. You can see who earns more. So remember, the compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays for it. The graph is going to remain same. You decide whether you want this graph for savings or you want this graph for borrowings. Thank you very much. If you like my videos, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.